Dad, you want to do the at least trend?
Do I have to learn some dance again?
No, we just have to roast each other back and forth. Let me start. At least I have friends.
At least I have a job.
At least I'm not 50 and still have acne.
At least I have a car.
At least I don't drink and drive.
At least I didn't farted and sharted myself.
At least I haven't been to rehab 5 times.
At least I didn't get detention by a substitute teacher.
At least I don't go home to punch after a bad gambling sesh.
You want to go there?
Bring it on, you old f***.
At least I'm not adopted.
At least I don't say zinger when my wife brings me beer.
At least I'm not facially impaired.
At least I'm not aesthetically deficient.
At least I don't have a face that only a mother can love.
At least I don't need a Brazilian belly lift.
At least I'm not dressed like a bisexual squirrel.
At least I don't take 8 and left no crumbs literally.
At least I have seen vertical lips.
At least I'm not the mayor of Uglytown.
At least I can go band for band with a McDonald's worker.
At least I'm not a lazy, colossally backed beast.
At least I don't go around smelling like sweat fart and a Wendy's Baconator at the same time.
At least I didn't tweet free R. Kelly.
At least I didn't admit to getting excited from walking by a kindergarten, like Josh Giddey.
At least I'm not a registered sex offender.
At least my dog doesn't look like you, or I'd have to shave his butt and teach him to walk backwards.
At least my wife doesn't look like Hulk Hogan.
Wait a second. Did you just call your mother Hulk Hogan?
No, chill, it was just a joke. I swear I was just playing.
Already sent the screenshot.
Oh my god, she's gonna end me.
Yep. You're biting the curb.